Okay, so do all of you remember what happened last time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Went through tunnels, there were bushes. Shot a guy in the leg, killed a load of people. There was like harpoon guns. Somebody
Yeah.
got completely pinned to the wall and obliterated. We didn't kill the guy we shot in the leg. He was Peter.
His name's Peter.
We took all the crates, put them on the airship. We left. Fireballs and stuff in the clouds, and a lot of stuff blowing up. And
A Dorgan, maybe.
we're here. We're alive.
More or less, yeah. Okay, would anyone like to add anything?
The one thing I do not remember is what was the target island that we chose to go to? Was it the one that we've been told to go to by the triangle? Or did we
Yes.
decide to do the pit stop?
We had an inquiry for another island, but it was quite far away.
It wasn't too far away, but I think we chose that we wanted to go to where we were supposed to.
The Wildlands.
There you go.
Exactly.
I now went to the kitchen to cook.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then, shall we dive right in?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Hey.
Good. So, you are all on the airship. The sky is calm, the air moving around the ship in calm currents, slowly swaying it left and right, back and forth, like a toddler in their cradle. The sun is slowly setting behind you, painting the ocean of clouds in gradients of orange and pink. In the sky above you, stars begin to appear as sparkling white dots as the sky itself turns darker. All of this obviously is a pretty stark contrast to the hectic and violent fighting that unfolded earlier that day. With the airship that you hijacked now yours to do with as you please, and an experienced pilot and airship engineer by your side, after you spared his life, you are indeed on your way to the Wildlands, the infamous island that is host to the feared Purge, if you recall. The course has been set by Peter at the end of last session, and now, with nothing else to do, you all prepare for what lies ahead. Sarara and Peter are currently preparing the feast that you decided would be appropriate after your successful departure from Central City Island, where you first arrived. And we didn't really specify what the rest of you were doing, so I'm just guessing that you're roaming around the ship. Is there anything you would like to do in the time that it takes the two to prepare the feast?
I would just like to say that Peter had a whole ass like life conflict. I was just thinking back to it the other day, and I was like, man, Peter went from like the gamut, the full gamut of like emotions of grieving. It was pretty tremendous. I very much liked Peter's reaction. Also, I don't have much to do on the ship. I smell food. I'm gonna go watch some cook food.
Yeah, so Peter told you basically his life story that he was a soldier for the world government and that his family was currently being protected by it, but that he didn't know what would happen to them if he ever decided to desert or if he died. So that's why he decided that it probably would be best if he just vanished, and that's why he came with you. After you hurt, almost killed, and then healed him.
I did all of that.
All right.
Yeah.
I just recall that Sarah wanted to try and contact the Beta Triangle to try and make sure that his family would be fine. But then the connection got cut off and suddenly everything exploded around them. So it's just like, I guess that can't be helped then.
Whoops.
Don't know what the fate of that family will be. Maybe in the future. Alright, so Orsolon chills with you in the food department of the ship.
Food department.
Watching
Sarah
you.
probably told him to like chop some veggies or something.
Would you like to play that conversation out, or is
No.
that just simply the case? Alright.
It was more of a
Finn.
command than a conversation, let's be real.
Okay, Finn, what are you doing?
I'm probably just looking at the cockpit. I'm just excited. All this new stuff going on.
Alright. Sobek?
This
And
is
a
my
friend.
second time in an airship.
I want to go through the boxes and also see if there's a captain's quarters.
A what?
Captain's quarters.
Captain's
where the
quarters.
captain
All
of
right,
the-
all right.
of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ship
yeah.
would be.
I didn't get it acoustically. Okay, yeah. So as Peter told you before, the boxes are filled with different kinds of resources: food, fruit, vegetables, meat, spices, whatever you need to cook. Tools, pans, hammers, yeah, whatever. Some have weapons like swords and crossbows with ammunition. You have clothes, you have other materials that one might need to establish a camp or something. Tents, wood, saws, everything like that. So they obviously have been preparing for to stay a bit longer on their mission. And for the captain's quarters, yeah, of course, there is a room for the captain that is slightly larger than the other quarters. But as they hadn't really finished preparing to depart, there isn't really anything in it.
I claim it as mine.
All right.
You like marking your territory? Or what's
Yeah, I scratched the door with my claws.
Okay. I would like you to do an attack roll for that.
15.
You leave very faint scratch marks on the door surface that is made of metal. It's a metal door.
Good enough for me.
All right. Arak, what are you doing on the ship with your off time?
Probably looking out the window, trying to make a bet with myself if I could fly faster than the ship.
I mean, you could possibly try.
I doubt it though.
And how the group lost Iraq.
I mean, it could be like a bungee cord or something like that. It could be like, windsurfing. You don't know.
You're like a kite behind the
Yeah.
airship. All right.
Find
So
some goggles.
exactly, some pilot's goggles. Okay, Sarara and Peter are preparing the meal. Is there anything that you want to do specifically, Sarara, or talk about anything
I
to
mean,
Peter?
I don't know what would be in the crates that could classify. Like honestly, she would probably try and cook something that would fit everyone's taste. So what I imagine is there would definitely be some sort of soup. Then there would definitely be a stew with rice, some fried noodles with some veggies in them as well. Think of kind of like simple Asian inspired kitchen that like some stuff like that essentially. So
Right.
she would definitely require Peter and Ocelot to chop a lot of vegetables and wash rice and cook some noodles. But I think she would be in charge of flavoring things and actually frying and like yeah, taking care that everything is up to how she wants it to taste, basically.
All right, easy enough. As is the case with most stews, it takes quite some time. But a couple hours after you went above the clouds again and decided that you would chill out a bit, um, the food is ready, and you all get to the canteen basically. It's a tiny room, just like everything else on board, with a metal table and hard benches on both sides. Maybe you can decorate and make that a little more comfortable in the future, but for now it's just very plain and hard and cold, as it was just a military vehicle before. But you now have all the food in front of you on the table. You're sitting together. It smells amazing. And yeah, bon appetit. Peter is just sitting there, looking around, waiting for you to start eating.
Oh yeah, like get in there.
So stick at my friends, there's enough for everyone. And then she probably starts giving people food. So like if they hand her the plate, she like puts a good portion of everything onto the plate before giving it back. Because she wants to make sure that everyone is eating before she starts digging in.
Peter seems very excited and hands you his plate.
Do you prefer stew or noodles? Or do you want both?
Both.
Alright. Good choice.
I want to try everything.
Eat up!
Oh, I
Eat up. We're
certainly
gonna need
will.
all the energy we can get.
And he digs in.
I watched Rice.
And you washed it very well. Do you want stew then? Or do you want both as well?
Say that again.
Do you want stew or do you want both as well?
I'll take both.
Alright. And she just like fills up the plate so that it's like a mountain of food basically, and then she heads it back.
I suddenly have regrets.
To be fair, she's a Goliard. She eats a lot.
Yeah, maybe she shouldn't be in charge of portion control.
Peter looks at you, Orsolon, with his mouth full, and he's like, "Don't worry, we have a fridge. You don't necessarily have to eat up."
That's very good to know.
And then she holds out her hand for the next plate he wants to give her.
Ugh. What's a both?
So we have stew, which is a little spicy fried rice with a lot of vegetables in it, and it's very good and it's very nutritious, so that you get all the energy and vitamins that you need. And then we have some fried noodles. I've tried to keep everything vegetarian because I know that Iraq doesn't like meat, so not too much. And yeah, so you can have that, and I can also give you like a cup of soup. It's simple. There's a bit of egg yolk in it and some seaweed, but not too much.
Yes, that sounds good.
All right. And she goes ahead, like, same procedure, just a mountain of food onto the plate, hands it back, and then sets down a cup of soup beside it.
I'm not gonna eat all this.
That is okay. Eat as much as you can.
I'm only a little guy.
So you're saying you're not going to finish that?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
We have a fridge.
What's a fridge?
I don't know, but Peter told me about it.
It's
Oh.
basically. Ah, wait a second. Okay. Sorry. So it's basically a little storage container with I don't exactly know how that works, but some spell on it that makes it cold inside, which makes the food last longer. So we can prepare more rations than we need at the time to save them for later. If that makes sense. As I said, I have absolutely no idea about magic and stuff.
Oh no, that makes no sense. But thank you.
Magic does work in mysterious ways. Where I'm from, the temple where I was at, they had boxes like this as well. It was really nice. You could store food there and it would last you a week without going bad. It's really good.
Oh yeah, some of these magic things are pretty awesome. I've heard of bags that you can put everything in. Like, doesn't matter how much.
It really sounds like it holds a lot.
Yeah. It's called bag of some sorts. I forgot.
So while
It's a
they're
weird
talking,
name.
um, Sarah turns to Sobek and says, "But don't worry, my friend, I did not forget about you." And she essentially turns back around, and she had like a small stool beside her where she set something aside, and she just lifts this huge plate, and it's basically like a whole pig, fried, roasted, tender meat, smells absolutely fucking amazing. And she just sets it down in front of Sobek. And she's like, "I know you love your meat, so here you go."
My tail starts wagging, and I'm like, "Thank you." I don't know what y'all are eating, but I wouldn't touch it.
Can I like try and feed him some carrot?
hide it in the meat.
Yeah, it's like you're giving a pill to a pet or something. You gotta hide it in there.
I must say I'm curious if Iraq likes the soup.
I know. I heard egg. I was like,
True.
There's,
Oops.
what do you mean, oops?
they weren't your eggs, were they?
I forgot. So sorry, I forgot as well. It's okay. She was it would fit because like she was trying so hard, but of course she would screw up on like the most basic thing ever.
Oh my. It's unfortunate because Iraq probably likes it and feels horrible.
Oh my.
I'm a cannibal. I eat children.
I'm sorry.
That's an egg.
It's a potential bird.
That's true.
Could be a Sobek.
From Alabama.
Do
But
not
like,
joke
what do
like that.
you? It is egg what they put in miso soup, right? Like that's
No.
what is
But
that?
although,
I mean, it's not tofu. 'Cause
yeah.
I keep thinking, no, it's not.
Yeah, miso is tofu.
No,
Oh.
no, it's not.
No.
I thought it
I
was egg as
thought-
well. I mean, there is egg in a lot of Asian soups, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
because I thought there was tofu in it, but it's not just tofu. It can be, but it's not. Because it's softer. It's like
It can contain egg, but I believe miso soup is largely vegan.
I thought it was vegetarian.
Unless it's made with
Is dashi vegan? Because it has fish
No.
sauce usually, right? So yeah,
Usually it's vegetarian.
this is vegetarian. Yeah. Yeah, mainly with tofu and miso piece, which is just more soy. I'm hungry now.
So is Iraq having an existential crisis, or is everything all good?
probably having a mini meltdown.
I find it fascinating that D&D now has me googling recipes to see if there's egg in it. All right. So you're having your feast, and you eat a lot, and you talk a little less apparently, but that's fine. It's been an exhausting day, and then at some point you're all full. You put all the rest in the fridge, and then you all sit down together at the table again. And Peter looks at you expectantly and goes, "So, what now? I believe you wanted to name the ship, right? And then we should maybe plan ahead what we want to do when we get to the wildlands? I mean, I don't know what your plans are. Maybe you don't want me to know. That's fine as well, but I thought I'd ask."
I feel like after seeing what happened when we left Central Island, I'm not even sure that we exactly know what is going to happen when we reach the wildlands.
It mainly depends on how many ships escaped the island with us.
And if there are any at all.
I haven't seen any around until now. I'll have a look out in the coming days, but
But
We,
we could try and save as many people from the purge as possible.
Killed the bad guy, that government, the dude. So bad.
oh,
I would say you should probably stay hidden when we reach the wildlands. Because if they see you, then your family might be in trouble. As long as they cannot find you right now, they might be safe. So if we just keep you hidden, then it should be okay. Right?
Will they even
I-
recognize him? I mean, his face is kind of forgettable. No offense, Peter.
I'll pretend I haven't heard that.
Oh, sorry. I said your face is kind of forgettable. You might be okay.
Thank you, Finn. You too. Yeah. So I mean, I can try, but I mean, it's not that easy to hide all of this. And he points to the ship.
I mean, we hijacked the ship, right? So
Yeah.
they don't have to know that you're on board.
That's right. But I mean, still, would you like them to find you?
I mean,
You fought well.
she kind of,
That's not what I'm trying to say. But they have many people, and some are way more powerful than I am, or we were. They have some. I mean, do you guys know of the so-called champions of the world government? That's basically what they're trying to
What?
find out with the purge, right? They want to find the strongest among the competitors, and they make them champions. Some make it, some don't, but those that do make it, well, let's just say they are pretty powerful.
Anything to do with the queen?
The queen?
the queen?
What queen?
Never mind. Nothing. Pretend I said nothing.
Well,
I honestly do not know of any queen. We have the emperor, but I don't be I don't know if he has a wife or more than one. I'm just a low ranking goon, to be honest. I was.
well, we get there. That was the mission. And then we see what we do, right? And she just kind of like turns to Sobek because in a way he's their senior, and I feel like he's also the leader of this unit. So he would probably be the one that knows what's gonna happen.
Well, if there's not enough people that survive the escape, we can always go to other islands and start recruiting. I know that's what Drenna would probably want us to do.
Okay. Okay.
I
Then we
mean,
do
we
that.
have one ship for now. Doesn't mean that it has to stay this way. There are plenty out there.
So I think that the best plan we can do is we get there and we see what the situation is, and you stay on the ship so that they don't see you. And when the situation looks dire, you can immediately like fly us away. So you just stay there, and then we see what will happen, right?
I mean, staying on the ship in relative safety sounds pretty good to me, so yeah, sure. Okay, so, I mean, when we get there, I guess you'll have stuff to do, so I'll have some time to do other stuff. So, would you like me to, I don't know, change the appearance of the ship, or I don't know, paint the name you want to choose on it, or anything like that?
Oh,
I honestly
that would be
don't
cool.
want to sit around doing nothing.
I like the name. I like the name. What shall we call it? What do you guys say?
I never named anything before.
Me neither. Isn't it exciting?
I don't know.
I agree with Finn here. This seems like a lot of pressure.
Oh my god. Peter. We should call it Peter.
I think that name is already in use.
Oh. Well, I might have ideas.
Something dramatic like Freedom Spear.
I look over to Orsalon and say, the bearded bush.
Just kind of scratch my chin and nod a little bit, like, yeah, I think we're on to something here.
Peter just looks at you and goes like, "What is it with the bushes?"
You see, Ocelot is a druid. And when I said that we should ambush people,
I want to make a bush.
Finn thought I said that Ocelot should make a bush. So he put this huge bush into the hallway.
Can I make a bush?
And he managed to trap a guard inside.
I really want to make a bush.
Magic guy, wizard.
Kinda. A nature magic guy.
Please don't put a bush on the ship.
But what about like a little tiny bush?
I mean, if you can decorate this place with the plants, as long as you don't break anything, yeah, sure, it's your ship, so do whatever you want, I guess.
I'm gonna make a little tiny bush.
No. Planful.
Do I have to roll for that?
Make an Arcana check.
I like the dice on the page. This is my new favorite thing.
That's so.
Remember, you're trying to create a small bush, okay? So
Yes. Yeah, easy. Oh, sorry, that's 19. I'm sorry.
a 19? Ah, okay. It's a small bush, pretty much what you expected.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna
Some greenery.
Okay,
Nice.
Okay, I didn't know anyone could do that. Do I have to water it, or how does that work?
I hand it to Peter, and I just kind of point to his chest, and I say, "You care for it here," and then just nod and very very proudly.
Sarah just stage whispers past Ocelot, you do water it.
It's just a bush with the roots dangling below, or all right.
Enjoy it.
Let me see if I can find a pot for that. And she gets up and returns to the kitchen to look for some sort of pot that she can put the bush in. And then she comes back with this medium-sized soup pot.
Peter
And she
puts the bush into the pot.
Ocelot, can you add some soil, please?
Oh, yes. I want to add some soil to that.
Thank you. And then she
Yeah, whatever. Make an Arcana check.
Oh my gosh, that's a 20. I like the sight.
You put the perfect amount of soil into the pot. Not too much, not too little. It's perfect.
And then Sarah just kind of like puts the pot down with the bush beside Peter, where Peter's sitting. And she's like, you can find a nice place for it, where you think it would get the right amount of light.
All right, now how much light does it need?
A medium amount, I would say. Probably not good in direct sunlight, but should be good close to a window.
Okay, and does it bloom? When does it bloom? How? What? I'll just put it somewhere. Wishes. He just
I mean, I could
starts
probably
mumbling
try
to himself a
give
bit.
I could probably try to give you a nature check to see if I recognize what kind of bush it is, but I don't really want to do that.
Sure, why not?
Oh, roll. Oh, that's a 13.
Okay. So, Arsalan, what would you think would be the appropriate answer for 13?
Uh, I think I just kind of created a bush that is just basically leafy greens and isn't really anything in particular. So I would assume that Sarara just kind of recognizes that it's sort of unrecognizable and just sort of like a bush that you would see in a book, like a children's book.
I'm not sure. It's not a normal plant. Nothing I've seen before. I guess we'll just have to water it and see.
All
It's a
right.
Peter bush.
Please don't call it that.
I guess you could say it's a push.
Should have called it George. Let's be real.
Are we all about to take 1d4 of damage from that?
George the push bush?
Uh-huh.
All right. I'll put George somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can't wait till
so
some
good.
point later Finn is somehow wielding George as a weapon.
Wait, so Finn. You're telling me that you can name a bush, but not an airship.
I have experience naming things now.
You just named a bush.
I'm practically the best.
Indeed, you are.
I could give you terms in the tongue we spoke at the temple, but I'm not sure if they would be suitable for a airship. Like,
give me a tongue.
So
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Peace.
We should probably get rid of the government stuff. I'll make sure to do that.
Did he live here?
Oh no, it's just their symbol.
Oh, I mean, you wanted to repaint it, right?
I asked you if I should repaint it or not. I can just paint over the symbols if you like the color.
I like. What color is it?
It's like a brownish beige cloth color.
Would we prefer to have government markings so we blend in?
That would be practical in case you want to intrude somewhere or get in somewhere, but I mean, anywhere else, it would probably just make people trust you less and be hostile towards you. People
And
don't
won't they
really
be
like the
looking for this?
government. What?
Won't they be looking for it, and won't they know whether or not one of their ships is supposed to be wherever? Like, if we just show up, won't they know?
Nah, that depends. Sometimes you have places where there are plenty of supplies being brought there every day, so that wouldn't they wouldn't recognize that now. But on other islands that are more secluded, I guess they would notice, yeah. So
Like having our own design. What about light blue?
But the sky, it's the same color, and what if somebody doesn't see us and hits us?
wouldn't that be
Does-
the purpose?
Would they
Being
hit us?
hidden?
But what if somebody else flies right into us?
I mean, we can evade them, I guess. Or at least if we see them.
But what if they're light blue too?
Okay, and not everyone can be light blue.
We can also like put just light blue as the basis color. We don't have to just keep it light blue. We still have the name that we put on it. So they would see that, right?
Probably.
So, but what I meant was that I could give you terms. Like, you wanted freedom, right? Freedom is GU. Or, wings would be Tobira. Or, what else?
I have to write that down. I
Flying.
I fear the worst. I will have to create a language. Oh god.
I'm literally using Japanese, by the way. I put the
I don't speak Japanese.
I put the terms into the group A channel.
Wait, Peter might speak Japanese. Let's find out here.
I mean, I wanted to call it Peter, but I got shot down. That's the best name that I know.
Or if you want to say flying thing, it would be toberu mono.
Yeah. What is she saying?
Words.
I'm translating. We maybe we can take some of that for inspiration. No.
I don't like naming things anymore.
So, if you say flying thing is toberu mono, which is which? Both are two words.
So toberu means flying, and mono is thing.
So what about... I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Toberu Jiu.
Flying freedom?
Toby.
Toby! Sure.
For short?
I like naming things again.
We can paint Toberu Jiu onto the ship and just call it Toby. I like that.
I don't know why, but I kind of like Toby.
Wait.
Isn't that the name of the baby in Labyrinth?
Gosh, is it? That makes it even
Yes.
better. I think that just makes it better.
I've never seen Labyrinth.
Is everyone okay with that?
So weird and good.
Yeah, that works for me.
I'm good with Toby.
Sure.
Then it's decided.
We're all inside of Toby. What?
Nothing.
All right. So I wrote that down, and I guess I'll paint. I'll put the name on the ship, and for the design, take as much time as you need to think about that. I can just say that some colors are a bit harder to obtain, so depending on the design, it might take longer to finish it.
How do we spell Toby?
Toby.
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 See, I was thinking maybe Tobe.
No.
That kind of looks like Tobe.
Tobe.
We could also do Tobee.
Tobby.
It's not a double B.
It's double E, not
Toby.
double B.
To be.
Tobe.
I like it. Okay, Toby. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Then and he and Peter picks up his cup. Let's toast to Toby or Toberu Jiu, the Flying Freedom, whatever.
To Toby!
Oh. Toby.
And George.
And
How
George.
cool
Yeah,
George
sure.
is. Yeah.
George Bush and Toby.
All right, feels like home, doesn't it? Well,
No. Needs more trees.
I don't know if it does.
Ursula had put his hands in the air and then kind of just sadly put them back down.
Aww. I think they're both from the forest. Oh,
I
they
mean,
have like
that makes me think of something. With your ability, we could probably create some kind of ghillie cover for the ship to hide it. I'll keep that in mind.
True. It is true.
All right, so is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to know from me? Or should I just get back to work?
What were you doing before we captured you? Like, what was y'all's missions after y'all left?
This is a transport ship, so that's what we mainly did. We transported either resources or soldiers. Mostly resources. I am a pilot and airship engineer, if that's what you wanted to know.
Nope.
No?
No,
Okay,
that's not
then.
what I wanted to know.
What would you like to know?
I don't know. But I didn't want to know
Philosophical.
that.
Do you think that things will be okay?
How would I know?
Just gut feeling, you know?
I'm alive, so I guess I don't.
Philosophical
I have
over
never
here.
been. I have never been on the island that we're going for. I don't know what there is. I don't know what we'll find there. What you'll find there. I hope I won't die.
Well, you're being
I'm
very kind to us. I know you don't have a choice, but
exactly.
you could have still refused to, you know? Or you could have tried to trick us. So,
If I'd have refused or tried to trick you, you probably would have killed me. So, as I said before, I'm just trying to survive here.
but
And
still, what I wanted to
I
say was that as long as you know, as long as you don't she's trying to phrase it in a way that doesn't make it sound like a threat.
I mean, to be honest, I'm less concerned about me than about my family, but I already told you that, so.
Yes. I wanted to when we were on the communication with uh the head of the bearded triangle, right? I tried to ask to make sure that your family was safe, but I don't think they had time to worry about that. But this is why I said that you should probably stay hidden. So, you know, that they won't know if you're dead or that you helped us. So, you know,
They'll
your
probably
family
stop
can be
protecting
safe.
my family either way, so.
Hmm?
I don't think they will continue protecting my family if I die or if I vanish. So, I mean, they might not kill them as long as they don't know what I did. So, yeah, I guess. But apart from that,
Well, as long as they.
I mean, my family knows what's up. So I just hope that my wife and my children will do the smart thing and just leave and hide.
I hope that they will be alright.
I hope so too.
I have contacts if you want me to try and get them to kidnap and protect your family for you.
That would be kind, yes. If you can do that.
Like, I know that the situation was very unfortunate, and I know that you said that you just want to survive, but you know, you're not a bad person. And we're not bad people either. We just got together due to, you can call it unfortunate circumstances, but maybe you can also call it fate.
May I ask where you come from? I mean, you seem pretty unexperienced with people, to be honest.
Yeah, you see, I come from an island that is very far in the north, in the snow mountains of Tian Shan. And
I've been there.
you can see I'm not usually like I don't look like normal people do, right? So when I grew up in a temple there, the monks that raised me told me that I was actually a Goliath, but that my clan died because of, I don't know. They just got too close to the edge of the island and then they fell into the abyss. But it was the only one that survived. And they raised me there and I tried to learn a lot of languages. But I'm just still a very curious soul, so I tried to come to Central Island to learn more about the world. And then, yeah, there was that explosion and then they put us in prison.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say was I'd recommend you don't trust people too easily. When you said that I was a good person, you know nothing about me. You don't
You
know
called
how.
Peter.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't know if I killed people, how many I killed, what I did as a soldier. So how? I guess what I'm trying to say is make sure you don't trust the wrong people.
Or how many eggs you eat for breakfast.
Exactly. Exactly.
Put an egg joke.
Well, I'm a big girl, and I've been raised by the kindness from people that trusted me not to be a bad person. So, in a way, I guess you could say that perhaps I'm a bit too optimistic, but I think that every person deserves a chance, and no one is born inherently evil. And, well, I can
Except those that are
protect myself.
hatched.
Just remember that there are some bad people who are really good at pretending they're good people. At least that's what I told my children.
That is good advice.
All right. If there isn't anything else, I guess I'll get back to cockpit and make sure that we arrive where we want to arrive, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And he gets up and leaves.
Bye.
I think Sarah would just probably like clean up the table when everyone is done eating and then put the leftovers away to store and like sort them into rations that they can use.
All right. Let me write down the inventory of Toby.
What are Tobin's insides?
Jesus.
So once Peter walked away, I asked the group, do y'all want to split up watch to watch Peter? Or do y'all trust him to lead us to where we need to go?
I trust Peter.
I can look at Peter if you want me to. If you, yeah, I can do that. I like a cockpit anyway.
We can take turns, so it's not one person having to watch them 24/7, if you know what I mean.
No, you shouldn't turn it. He knows where he's going.
I honestly didn't listen. I was writing down the leftovers.
Slovak said they can take turns, and then Finn was like, "Oh, you don't have to turn him. I'm pretty sure he knows where he's going."
Why is nobody saying anything?
All right. How would you like to spend the rest of the evening, apart from watching
Oh my God.
watching Peter flying straight and not turning?
Yeah.
Lasara is gonna clean the kitchen and meditate. That's what she's gonna do.
I'm gonna head to my quarters until it's my time to watch them.
All right.
I'm gonna go check on George and then probably go tuck in for the night.
Peter put George next to the door to the cockpit.
I'm gonna go there then and look.
Can you talk to George?
I don't know.
Hold on. Isn't speak with plants a thing?
There is a spell that lets you do that, yes.
I don't have that.
Third level spell? Oh, you don't have it yet.
Oh no, I think I'm at 2.
Why is it a third level spell?
It's very powerful.
Yeah, so you can talk to your carrots before you eat them.
What the fuck? Speak with animals is like a first level, right? Like what?
Hey,
I mean,
carrot,
if you use it the way it's intended, it is powerful. It is pretty powerful, as you can get a lot of insight about places.
What do you mean speaking to George isn't intended?
I think speaking to George is not the reason it's a third level spell. I think it is intended. I just don't think that's the reason for level 3 spell.
Oh god.
But I mean,
Well, you know we
you
have to
can't.
deny.
You can't. I mean, you can talk to George. He just probably won't answer.
Probably? That's not a no.
It's a magic bush.
George the Magic Bush. Okay, I just wanted to know if Orsolon was gonna start confiding in George or something.
I'll put George into Toby's inventory. George the magic bush. All right. So okay, you go up to George, and he is standing there. I mean, it's the sun has set, so there's no light at the moment. The soil is damp as Peter watered George.
Looks good. That's all.
All right.
Something about Peter, I think that he maybe hasn't gotten out very much. He looked at this bush very, very suspiciously.
It's not even that impressive. It's just a guy. It's just a little guy.
Mm-hmm. That's all. I'm gonna go
We
with
should
that.
take Peter to a forest.
Oh. We can also then
Think-
bring George to a forest.
Oh, oh.
All right, Arak, is there anything you would like to do?
Moving swiftly on.
Yeah. Just go to my room.
All right. So you all get some rest. And the following days are quiet and rather boring compared to the couple days that you spent on Central City Island. And as in your preparation you didn't bring any books or other form of entertainment, the couple days feel more like weeks to you, as literally nothing happens. The sun comes up and goes down, and comes up and goes down, day by day by day, until on the fourth day, a couple hours after sunrise, you hear the speakers in the hallways crackling, and then Peter's voice is echoing through the ship, and he just says, "People, I think we are here."
Let's rush to the cockpit.
Hmm.
All right, so you all gather in the cockpit, and looking through the front windows, you see a giant island. Its rocky bottom is reaching deep into the clouds, ending in cliffs at the top that leave the jungle that covers the ground of the island in plain sight. Looking through the canopy, you can make out a couple mountains. But what you see in the foreground is just giant trees, grasses, bushes, and different sorts of greenery.
Wow.
You are, at the moment, you're just flying parallel to the island's border, as Peter isn't really sure where to go from here, looking to you to let you decide where to land or whatever to do. So that's where the core port brought us. I think that's it. I don't know. I have never been here. So what do you
Did-
say?
Did the granny tell us where to go? Or the big lady?
Yeah, did Drina ever give me landing coordinates?
Nope. The only thing that you were the only coordinates that you were told were for the meeting point after leaving. But when you got there was nothing. And still, over the course of those couple days, Peter hasn't said anything about seeing any ships.
Do I recall what frequency we usually use? The bearded triangle?
I mean, it was in the you talked to them before on that radio. So it would probably be still set to the right frequency.
I grabbed the radio and try and use it and speak in code to try and see if Drenna or any of the other bearded triangle made it here.
All right, you speak into the radio, wait a couple moments, but nothing.
I turn to the group and then say, it looks like it's just us. We should probably land and try and make base camp somewhere. Preferably where we can hide this airship.
All right.
Peter looks at you and says, well, I mean, looking at that jungle, it might be hard to find a landing spot within the forest that is not dangerous to land at. I mean, the ship is quite sturdy, but I don't want to risk the balloon being penetrated by any branches or anything.
Can you make out a place where it would be safe for us to, like, is there an edge to the forest maybe where we can land it?
I saw a place about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago that was pretty flat. That could be a good landing spot.
Shall we land there? Like, she
But
turns to the rest of the
it
group.
was at the border, so the ship would be pretty easy to spot if we don't hide it somehow.
I say let's continue looking for like another 30 minutes, and worst case we can turn back.
Maybe we find a clearing.
Okay, so you want us to fly over the jungle? Did I get that right? Or should I just continue at ground level, basically?
Fly over the jungle, or no?
I
Fly
don't
over
know.
it and see if there's a clearing.
I don't know what's in there. I don't know what might come out if we fly over. So, yeah. But, I mean, we can try. And he pulls the nose up, and you rise above the canopy. And now you really see the... You still can't see the entire island as it's just too large. But now you can clearly see a mountain range pretty much at the center of the island. And as you begin flying over the jungle itself, you begin seeing different creatures just roaming around below you, birds, other silhouettes moving through the leafage. But it seems pretty dense from where we're at. So you
So
want
it looks like the only place to land is that clearing at the edge of the map.
I mean, we could continue, but I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. I think we're just wasting time, to be honest, yeah. I mean, that spot that I saw was apart from being open, it was pretty good. It had boulders to both sides, so we would be covered.
Yeah, yep, let's do it. See a forest. I want to go in the forest.
Alright. Then I'll turn back. What just happened? Ah, that happened. Alright. And he turns the ship around and flies back. And what you see when you get there is a clearing at the border of the island, which is, as he said, pretty level, with large boulders on the left and right, and basically a wall of bushes between the clearing itself and the forest. So you think that you might even be hidden from anything that passes just in front of the clearing on the forest side. And he looks at you and goes, "So, what do you think? That good?"
Yeah, might as well, unless you saw any other places. Like, we're just wasting time up here.
That was the best one that I spotted. Yeah, so what's next is I'll get as low as I can, but then one of you will have to jump out and anchor us to the ground before I can safely land.
I'm only a little guy. Yeah, I'll do it.
I
All
look
right.
at Finn, and I'm like, let someone with a bit more beef do this. I got this.
Okay.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be easier for me to get up and back?
I mean, you're a
I'm a
bird.
bird.
Yeah, worst case, you can fly up and get help.
Do you have fingers or hands that you can use to anchor us?
Yes.
Do you have hands?
I don't know what type of Aarakocra you are. All right. So he goes back to the ramp that you used to get on the ship, and he lowers it, and you're hovering about converting them about 20 feet above the ground. And between the end of the ramp and the edge of the clearing that then drops off horizontally, I'd say you have about 10 to 15 foot gap that you'd have to overcome to get to the clearing. And he gives you the rope that you use to anchor the ship, and he takes another rope and says, "And this is the safety rope that we normally use when we jump out in case we miss the ground. I don't know if you need that, seeing that you're a bird,
No.
but alright, then I'll just put that away." Yeah, so just fix the rope to the ground as good as you can, and then I'll try to land.
Well, okay.
Cool. So he goes back to the cockpit, and you are standing on the ramp, the wind blowing around you.
Go down and start tying.
All right, so you fly down. Where do you want to tie the rope to?
Is there any particular point or a tree or a really big rock?
There are a couple of rocks that look pretty heavy. To reach the trees, you don't have enough rope.
Hmm. I suppose I try and find something that looks like a reasonable anchor.
All right. Then make a perception check.
$18.
All right, so you look around and you see a boulder of about, I'd say, 2 feet in diameter that you gauge heavy enough to secure the ship in place for now.
Okay, cool.
So to tie the rope to that, I'd like you to make a sleight of hand check.
Uh-oh. 5.
All right, so you tie a knot that you think looks pretty secure, and then you let it go, and the rope just unravels and shoots away from the rock as the ship makes a tiny movement forward away from the island.
I run after that
Okay,
and try again.
make a dexterity check to catch the rope.
Okay. 16.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You catch the rope and go back to the boulder and try anew. Another sleight of hand then.
8.
All right, so
Jesus Christ.
you take a bit more time to tie the knot this time, and you make sure that it's really secure, and you carefully let it go, and it stays in place for now.
Oh, jeez.
Peter backs the ship up as far as he thinks is good, and then
And I fly back up.
it slowly descends until it reaches the ground, and he anchors it to the ground tightly with 2 harpoons. Comes back to look at the anchor that you made, and after making sure it's is safe enough, he goes back onto the ship and powers down whatever mechanism is holding the ship aloft. So the whirring that you've had around you in the last couple of days stops, and it gets quiet. And it takes a couple moments for your ears to get used to the quiet until you start hearing the sounds of the forest. What did I want to do? I forgot. Yeah, you hear buzzing of insects, you hear chirping, you hear croaking, all kinds of different sounds in the forest. You hear the wind rustling through the leaves. It seems pretty peaceful for now.
It's glorious.
I turn to Finn and I say in Elvish, "Is this what a forest is?"
Yeah, this is great forest, really good forest. I rate it in the top 2 forests I've ever seen. It's got loads of trees and animals, and sometimes silly lost people.
Finn, how many forests have you seen?
Oh, 2. But this one's it's nice. It's good. Second place isn't so bad.
I look around and I try and figure out a way to put some camouflage on the ship.
All right, so you have those giant trees that are a couple times higher than the ship itself. So from that side, from inside the forest or low above the forest, it's probably pretty hard to spot the ship. So you only have to worry about outside, basically. But you realize that it might be quite hard to camouflage it from that side, as the nose of the ship reaches out further than the edge itself, quite a bit. You have from the capsule basically that you fly in. You only have the ramp on the ground and a couple feet of the capsule itself, and most of it is hanging above the edge or above the in the air basically, hold aloft by the balloon that carries the ship.
So, but wait, we're at the very edge, right?
Yeah, the ship is, but
Yeah, so
as the balloon goes out a bit, both in front and at the back, there is not really any room for it to go closer to the trees. You have some room for your base, but the ship. I mean, Peter has quite some experience flying this ship, so he parked it as efficiently as he could.
yeah, that's okay. I don't think we need to hide it. Can I have a little look around and see if there's anything of note in the tree line or anything? Should we be worried about?
Same. I'd like to do a perception check on just the forest itself.
All right, so okay, do that. Do your perception checks.
I have natural explorer for forest, by the way.
That gives you advantage, right?
My proficiency bonus is doubled.
Oh, okay, that's that then.
So yeah. I got 23.
I got a nat 20.
All right, so you see the bushes that are higher than your buddies are, hiding you from the ground of the forest. So it looks pretty safe. As nothing can spot you that easily, and looking up, you see the thick stems of the trees, but at first glance, you don't see anything that would make you worry. You spot lizards or squirrels here and there, or birds, but nothing that really looks dangerous.
Okay, I think we're safe for now then. How tall are the trees?
High. They're
Very
very
tall.
tall. They're like
Very tall.
I don't know how high are trees. I'd say at least 60, 70 meters. Those are giant trees. Old trees.
Old forest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We could Iraq, you could look around above the trees and see if there's somewhere where you think we can camp.
That's true. Go scouting.
All right, so for the
Go bird, I choose you.
purpose of this, I would like to know more specifically what flight path you want to take.
It's a trap.
I could get shot down. Let's see here. Is there a map? I haven't seen.
No, I didn't make a map for that. You have the trees basically going straight up, and then the canopy. I just want to know if you want to
Okay.
fly straight up or if you want to go a little further away from the trees, or how do you want to approach this?
Can I just fly like straight up and see how far it goes?
Sure.
Because
So
I mean, we don't
you
know how far into the trees there's like other people.
you start flying up, and let's see what happens.
He's rolling. He's rolling. He's rolling.
Uh-oh.
I would like you to make a dexterity save for me.
Oh, I don't like that at all. Ten.
Maybe I made a poor suggestion.
You fly up, and from the corner of your eye, on one of the trees that is a bit further into the forest, you believe to see something shimmering, and a split second later you hear that low and very loud humming or buzzing, and next thing you know is that something grabbed you by your wings and is just taking you somewhere, turning around and heading back towards the forest. And as you look up, you see that it is a giant dragonfly.
Holy fuck! What the? I am freaking out and squawking.
So you're just
It's gonna
screaming,
it's
basically, nothing else.
Can I try to like make it drop me?
How would you like to do that?
Let's see here. Like,
by the way, what
kill
you guys see from below is just Iraq flying upwards, and then that dragonfly shooting out from the forest and just grabbing her.
She's dead. It's dead. It's dead. It's a dead bird.
I asked the elves, have y'all ever seen that before?
Oh no.
Just shaking my head no.
Well,
Well,
pretty cool though.
We have bows and ranged weapons. Shouldn't we try to help her?
No, I'm not going to be able to hit that. I'll follow. I'll try and get underneath.
How high up is she right now?
About halfway, a little less than halfway up, so about 100 feet.
I can try and take a shot at the dragonfly, I guess.
Do we even like see that? I know it was you kind of said it was sort of like a split second like fast thing.
It was dragonflies are very fast, but as it is quite big and quite fast, it has to take some time to turn around. As you know, a mass that is in motion tends to stay in motion and stuff. Newton. So it snags a rock flying into the open air of the island, gets slower to turn around, turns around, and then just starts accelerating back towards the forest. So you have a bit of time to do something. Same for you, Arak.
I'm gonna try and toss my boomerang.
Whoa, what's the reach of that?
120 feet?
Whew, okay.
Oh,
Arak, is there anything you would like to do? I'd say as you're the closest to the dragonfly.
Where is it? How does it have a hold of me?
With the middle two of his legs, it has grabbed your wing bones, basically.
Okay, so I can't move my arms.
To be honest, I don't exactly know what you look like anatomically. Are your wings your arms or...
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, no, then you couldn't move your arms, really.
Fuck. Let's see here. That's really difficult because I don't think I can cast any kind of spell without using my hands. And I don't know if I can like bite it anywhere to try to get it to like drop me.
You could probably try to peck at its legs, or struggle to try to get it to drop you, or I don't know. You have a couple.
Yeah, like I have a
options.
negative to strength, so
Just roll really well.
just not roll shitty. Got it.
That's it.
So I guess I'll try to struggle away.
All right, then make a strength save.
Eight.
Yeah, no.
I didn't think so.
You try to wriggle a bit, but it has a pretty good hold of you.
So, boomerang?
Boomerang. Let's see.
You can try.
And bow,
And bow.
because I'm
roll.
aiming a shot.
All right, then roll your attacks, both of you.
20.
22.
Okay, both hit. Make your damage rolls.
6.
Nine.
All right, so with the boomerang, you hit one of its legs, with which it's holding Arak, making it drop her. And Sobek, you actually see your arrow piercing one of its 4 wings. It doesn't seem to care too much about that, but the arrow goes right through and then comes back down. and with its speed, it just vanishes back into the forest. The low humming slowly getting quieter as it gets further away. And Iraq, you're at the moment you're plummeting towards the ground.
That's okay. I won't hit it. That's enough space to like recover and
It is.
like gently lower myself to the ground.
All right, so you get back to the ground, or
I mean,
do you want to continue?
just above it, but like not that high.
All right. So you circle around a little closer to the ground. What would you like to do now? Peter is just standing on a ramp with a box in his hands, looking at you, a little confused as to what's happening right now.
There was a big bug, Peter.
I saw that. What do we do now?
What's that?
It
I've
looks
seen
like...
forest before, but not anything like that.
well, I mean, the trees are pretty tall. It looks old and jungly. I guess we'll have to expect more of that if we stay here.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I'm starting to have a feeling that we're the only ones who actually made it here.
There's a good chance. But have I ever been on this island before? Can I do a history check?
If you have ever been on this island, no. You can make a history check to see what you might know about this island.
Yeah, has Granny ever told me stories at the base about the wildlands?
Okay, then make a history check.
17?
What you've heard, but what is also in quotation, commonly known are stories about the Purge, as this is known as the island where the Purge is held. And you know, as you followed more than one Purge, that there have been sightings of very powerful creatures. Not that often, but there have been some. You know that a large part of the island seems to be covered by this jungle. In different pictures or motion pictures, you have seen what resembled ruins. But apart from that, not much is known about this island. It's old. It's believed to be uninhabited by a civilization. But no one really knows what's going on here. It's uncharted territory.
I tell the group we should make camp and nobody goes off by themselves.
Okay.
Okay, so Peter
Can
goes,
I,
so we make camp here? We set up camp here? Or should I load all this back onto the ship?
Here seems pretty safe. Up there, maybe not so great, but down here seems pretty good.
Okay, cool. Then I'll
For
just
now.
get on with it. And he
For now,
continues unloading stuff.
You're like, I'll know if something's coming. Know a thing or two about a forest. Don't you worry.
Ooh, I would like to use Druidcraft to predict today's weather.
All right. So you look up to the sky and you feel the air, and it is kind of humid, but that seems to come from the forest. But it doesn't feel like rain or storm.
I'm gonna hold out my my hand and show the group a little little ball of light with little clouds in front of it. Today's weather will be partly cloudy, humid, not much chance of rain. And I'm just kind of smiling, looking at everyone.
You just sound like a fucking weather forecaster.
Finn gives a big thumbs up. He likes it.
I
says thank
immediately
you.
lock eyes with Finn and smile.
Sin?
I was gonna say Finn and smile. Also, maybe
Wow.
him though. And then
That would be for different reasons.
and then make the little sun.
It was for different reasons, right?
Well, we have a nice day. We should probably set up camp.
Yeah.
All right. So you
Can
set up.
I
Yeah.
can I scout the area to look like for like not wander off, but like the vicinity to see if there's like probably anything I can use for food, stock up rations, anything like that.
Take me.
Yeah, Finn can come along, sure.
So on the clearing, you don't find much, as the ground is mostly hard and dry dirt. And then you have that wall of bushes that shelters you from the forest itself. And you don't really find any berries or anything. So here is not much to be used except for rocks and stones.
Okay. So also nothing like branches or something we could use to make a fire?
Did someone say rock and stone?
I mean, you have the bushes, and there are a couple dead branches either on the bushes or laying below them. So
Then
making.
I'll probably gather them.
All right, you gather some
Are there any-
firewood.
Cool looking rocks?
That depends on what you think are cool looking rocks.
Sometimes just get a vibe from one, you know?
All right, then.
Just connect on it. I would connect with it on a spiritual level.
All right, so would you like to look around for rocks in general, or would you immediately like to start looking for a specific rock?
Oh, specific.
Okay, then tell me what specific rock you want to look for.
It almost looks like it has a face. It
Um,
definitely doesn't, but it's just like got a little bit, like there's maybe an eye and a nose on it.
all right, then make a perception check. Or investigation, one of those.
I'll go perception. 7 plus 12, 19.
All right, so you go around scanning the ground, and you find a rock that is kind of shaped like a heart, but it has a little nubbin on one side at the front that makes it looks somewhat like a mouse.
Taking it. Calling it Carl.
Would you like to investigate the rock to find out what kind of rock it is? Or-
Sure.
All right, then make an investigation or a nature check.
I mean, it's the same thing, I guess. Oh, yeah. It.
8.
I got an
It's kind of reddish in color. But it looks like it has tiny granules embedded in it, so that makes it look a bit spotted. So if
But I don't
you
know
if
what
you
it
had
is.
if you had rolled a bit higher, I would have told you that it is probably granite, but
I don't know that.
you don't know that. But
I
just
know
to
that it's
that
Carl.
was so I described it as what Finn would perceive, and so that Yogi knows what I mean, what it looks like, I'm telling Yogi it's granite.
But Finn doesn't give a shit. It's Carl.
It's Carl, okay.
It's Carl the Rock. Thank you.
You can note that down in your inventory if you'd like to.
Yes, very much so. Carl the
You,
Rock.
you now have a pet rock.
For Carl.
Alright, so it takes you about an hour to unload everything from the ship, and Peter gets to setting up tents and organizing stuff, and then when he's done with that, he just starts unpacking a couple tools and he gets to working, leaving you to whatever you'd like to do.
I want to go to the opposite side, away from where Yogi and Rena went, and look in the forest to see if I can find anything of particular value.
All right, so you go up to the bushes or through the bushes?
I'm looking in the bushes.
In the bushes. All right, then make a perception check.
24.
You don't you don't notice anything in the bushes that immediately catches your eye. Looking a bit closer, you see a couple insects, ants, and maybe cicadas or something like that. But nothing bigger than that hiding to pounce on you or anything. You can make out the faint splashing of water somewhere behind the bushes in the forest.
I yell at the group and say, I hear water somewhere near.
We explore, but we should do it as a group, right? You said we should not split up.
Splitting up is not worked out in the past, and I just look at Orsalon. It's not a good tactic to split up.
Is Iraq with us, by the way?
Yes.
Are you okay?
I mean, I'm a bit shaken. I almost got eaten by a bug, but
Oh, you would have
Oh.
Usually-
How the
I
tables
was going to
turned.
say. Stop the turntables. I'm gonna go eat
Don't
several bugs
worry.
now.
Don't worry.
Can I try something?
No.
Can I use primeval awareness?
Sure. What would you like to try to sense? I think you
Well,
have to tell me that, right? Primeval
No,
awareness.
it's you sense if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 6 miles, because it's favorite terrain.
6 miles.
Within 6 miles.
That is amazing.
OP. Holy
cannot-
shit.
How far is that in kilometers?
That's bigger than Guernsey. Let's get Shanker Crab in here.
6
It's
miles. That's almost 10
9
kilometers. Yeah. All
almost
right.
10. So you don't tell me where they are or how many, just if there are.
I don't tell you where. I don't tell you how many. I don't tell you what. I just say yes or no.
Essentially, yes.
That's what it is. So what was it? Fiends, celestials, elementals,
Aberration, celestial, dragon, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that information, but I appreciate it greatly.
Do you tell the group about it?
What do I really tell there? I mean,
I see dead people.
We got 2 rangers.
I think if I'm staring at Orsalon and saying splitting up is a bad idea, maybe I'm just inferring that my spidey sense is tingling.
I want to use my primeval awareness, and it's only within 1 mile since it's not favored terrain.
The strat.
No.
Oh!
The plot thickens.
So whatever it is not within 1 mile.
I go over and I don't sense anything.
So
You don't
Finn's trying
even
to
know what
send
a
me.
forest is.
So Finn's trying to hint at me. Do I just pick up on that, or am I? I'm a very perceptive fellow, I think.
I mean, you can do that however you want. Finn could make a persuasion check, or you can just decide if you believe him or what you think. That's up to you guys.
I was just thinking that
any sort of persuasion check.
I feel like his charisma is so low.
8. I rolled an 8 on persuasion. Take that how you will.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can get his meaning?
That would be more of an insight check.
I was about to say, isn't that more of an insight
Okay,
check?
yeah.
I'm gonna do one too. 10.
Oh, I rolled a 20. I think was that a 17? Show me the little dice.
I mean, to be fair, my passive insight is 14.
Hey, 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 friends. I think we should stay together. I definitely think we should move together here. We don't know what we're gonna find. We could find more gigantic bugs, or small bugs for a rat to eat,
Or more.
or more, or more.
More.
Oh, or more.
More.
Well,
So,
so if Sobek doesn't sense anything, but Finn's home is the forest, that means whatever he senses is probably far away, but that means that it's still there. So I think we should be careful.
yeah,
other
I
words,
trust.
Peter is safe.
So, should we check out the water, or what should we do, guys?
I think we should check out the water. We don't know how long we will be here, and we should probably see if we can gain resources like food or water. So I think it would be good if we try to stock up on as many what was the word? Rations? Ingredients as possible before we move on.
Can I start just like gathering useful things as we're I don't even know what that would be. I started speaking before my brain thought.
I find a rock.
I I was thinking like
I think I
sticks
Carl.
for
Sticks.
fire and stuff.
It's Carl.
That's yeah.
You never know. This is
So
me behind there. Like, I see Carl in my head as just a little friend. He's just a little
Basically.
guy.
I wanna just start picking up like sticks and putting them in my pack so that they dry out so we can make a fire later.
Useful for a druid, not useful for a normal person. I get.
No, yeah, like useful for us setting up camp.
I mean, I
Useful
believe
for a Boy
Sarara
Scout.
did already gather some firewood, right? Earlier. That's what you did. Yeah, I believe so. But you, okay, all right, you gather sticks.
He needs them for druid things.
We were all apart though, right? He was kind of just standing here. So I don't know what
Everybody else went off to look busy, and you're just like, ooh.
Yeah, I was just gonna start picking
That's
things
good.
up.
All right.
Sticks.
So, what do you want to do about the water, for example?
Let's go and investigate.
Mm.
Be all right on your own, Peter. Okay.
Well, I think so. Yeah.
Before we leave the clearing, I want to walk over to Finn and give him a short sword to keep. And I'm like, trade arrows for sword?
Yeah. Okay. And I give him all but one of my arrows. Because I'm just very confused.
All of your arrows.
All but one. I keep one.
Okay. So how many?
That is 18. I give him 18 arrows.
Okay, so you have one arrow left, and you now have a third short sword.
I don't know how I'm like standing with 2 swords in my hand and with the third trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna make it work. God damn it!
He's gonna turn
I give
into
him the
a
scabbard to it
Zorro.
as well.
Maybe I'll hold it in my mouth or something.
Yeah, you're gonna turn
Have
into
you?
Zorro.
That's what I had in mind. Yeah. I just wanted to ask: have you ever watched One Piece?
Oh,
Who
God.
hasn't? Even if you didn't watch One Piece, you still know who Zorro is? Come on.
No,
I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah.
Earl is very disappointed in us.
Yeah, LaRue is looking upon us with shame.
He's got like green hair.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it, but there's always that picture of him.
And he fights with 3 katanas. He has one in
Yeah.
each of his hands, and he holds one in his mouth. That's
I don't
how he
think it's quite
fights.
gonna. I don't think it's quite gonna work out, but maybe I feel cool while I do it.
I mean, if you train, it might work.
It could always just be a spare because last time one got a dent and you just threw it away.
Yeah, because I didn't want to talk to Walter.
Mouth fighting.
Here, look, there's an image in the chat. That.
We
Oh,
doubled up.
perfect. Yep. That's yeah.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be
Cannot.
me.
Cannot believe you don't know who
This is the way you say
That's
that with
it.
such joy.
I'm
I just
so
wanted more
culture shock
arrows.
right now. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Such a simple task.
It's fine. I'm okay.
I'm just getting sticks.
Yeah, I just saw on stream the GIF. Did I hear a rockin' stone? I just shut up for a second. Oh god.
All right.
I start heading toward the water.
Yeah, I'll
To
come
the
with.
water.
I'll go with Silver.
I will go too.
Sure. And eat some dragonfly larvae.
That's
All
the
right.
spirit.
So you follow the sounds of the water, and easy enough, you find a small creek of clear water, just passing in between the trees through the forest.
Can I do a nature check to see if it's a clear spring? Like if the water's drinkable?
Sure.
Please let me roll well. 13?
The water looks clear. It is clear. It is not muddy or anything. But you're not at the source, so you don't really see where it's coming from. You could follow it upstream to find out, but it
The water
looks
seems clean. Shall we try and find the spring?
spring. That's it. Words.
Well, the source
Yeah.
works, like the water source. Yeah.
Yeah.
There might be fruit.
Exactly.
And small game so I can hunt.
All right, so
So-
you want to look for the spring, for fruit, for small game. So fruit would be a nature check, small game, and spring would be survival checks.
Okay, fruit. Here we go. I'm using the dice that I've been bought by the way.
11. At least better than 10.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to follow this the water upstream, so easy enough.
My survival was 21.
All right, and Finn,
13 nature.
13. Okay. Would any of you like to do general perception checks, or
I mean, it's probably for
Sure.
the best if I do them because
Mm.
I get the double proficiency. So,
Oh, 18.
19.
10.
anyone higher than 19?
I got a 24 for my perception.
Okay, then everything else doesn't matter. Okay, so you begin following the water upstream, and Finn, you do find every now and then you find different berries, some growing right on the ground, like strawberries, some on bushes. You find a hazelnut, and you just gather some of that, I guess. Sovek, you look around and you listen, and you realize that with walking through the forest with 5 people, you're pretty loud. But a bit away, you every now and then you see rabbits, maybe a deer. But they all free and scare pretty easily when they hear you. So you get the feeling that hunting might be a bit tricky with that many people. So as you continue following the stream, at some point you find what looks like the remnants of a small campfire. A couple sticks that are blackened with ash below them.
Do you guys see any like footprints or anything?
Make an investigation check.
I got 18.
You don't find footprints, but you find on a flat rock nearby. You find small scratch marks, as if someone cut something on that rock or something like that.
Okay.
All right. In the vicinity on the ground, you also find a small strip, a thin strip of a leather band that is not attached to anything. It's just a piece of leather band. A silver coin just laying around, and a little further, even upstream, you right at the edge of the water, you find a small ring covered in dirt with a tiny gem in it.
The campfire is completely burned out, right? Like there's no embers left that could indicate that it wasn't too long ago.
No ember, no smoke, but it seems to have been put out on purpose. It's not like it's completely burned down. But it's you don't really know how long it's been there.
Would that
Nice.
count
That's what I
as
was gonna
tracking
ask.
a creature?
What?
Just ask. When you're tracking stuff, you learn the exact number, sizes, how long ago they passed through.
You could try to. That would be a survival check.
Is there a way to?
20.
Oh, nice.
It looks like it has been a couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I was gonna ask. Is there a way to check like if we can like kind of date the fire? But yeah.
I don't really fancy it.
Can we pick up the items?
Of course. Who wants to pick them up? You have the leather band, the silver coin, and the ring. The
Can I
small.
pick up a random branch somewhere
Sure.
and
I can give you
try to move the items just to check if it's not like a trap or anything?
Yep.
So like nudge the coin and the leather band and with a stick.
Sure, you nudge them around. Nothing happens.
Okay, cool. You can pick them up. And then I'll go and I'll try to, with the end of my stick, slide the ring onto the stick. So I don't have to like bend down to get it up.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Well.
Okay. It's a bit tricky and it takes some time, but in the end you have the ring on the stick.
Okay. I'm gonna like bring it to me to look at it closer.
All right. It is dirty, but it is apparently a golden ring. And closely looking at it, you also see that little gem that is embedded in the gold.
Ooh. This looks fancy. Do you think this
you
is
would
worth
like
a lot?
to investigate it further, you can make an investigation check.
Oh, 18.
18, not bad. So you rub some dirt off of it and look at it, and then you realize that you see something on the inside of the ring. There is a spot where the dirt sticks to the ring a bit harder than it does to the rest of the ring. You try to clean it a bit with water and kind of scratching the dirt out, and then you see a small engraving on the inside of the ring that is just 2 letters with a little plus sign in between.
Oh. What are the letters?
Fuck.
Putting him on the spot now.
Uh-oh.
It's a
Sticky.
T and an H.
TH.
T
Okay.
T plus H.
Oh.
So Henry, who's the T then?
You don't know.
Why don't you tell us? Buddy?
You'll have to find out.
I think he's gonna come up with the names right now.
The H is.
And he's gonna write them down. So he won't.
I already did.
Yeah. The H is obviously Henry. It's a second, sir.
Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. It really isn't. I wouldn't dare putting my name there.
It's Henriette.
Oh.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Okay, I want to have a look at the. Are we at the spring?
Not yet.
Okay.
As you continue upstream, you look in front of you and you see what looks like And that makes you wonder a bit. You stop a little confused. In the water, you see something long, which kind of looks like it could be a branch or something, but its surface is smooth. It doesn't look like bark.
Poke it with the stick.
I'm sensing
As-
a pattern with what Rena does.
As you poke it with the stick, it moves. And you follow the thing with your eyes, and then you realize that it seems to be a pretty big snake, which now just looks at you, kind of confused, and just watches you carefully.
I wave
Oh.
with the
Slowly turning around and getting in a kind of defensive stance. Which for a snake is just
Okay,
the S form.
I have something for this.
Speak to it.
You
Speak to it.
poked it. Go for it.
Off you
Try to
go,
make
Harry
me-
Potter.
Do you have speak with animals with you prepared?
I do.
I do as well, but I don't think I'm the best person to be speaking to anyone. Maybe I'm very eloquent.
Talk for animals.
Yeah, you poked it. Go for it.
I know 4 languages, but animals is not one of them.
Oh, okay. I thought you had like animal handling
No.
or something.
No. I just wanted to know what it was. So I poked it
You
with
don't.
the stick.
What? You don't speak snake?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna cast. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna cast
Oh
Speak with
no.
Animals.
Alright.
Oh no. Let Falcon do it.
I'm just gonna watch Finn with my jaw open.
So, do you cast it or do you not? Or Solon? Do you want to listen in? Do you want to listen in on the conversation or?
I would like to listen. Yes, please.
Alright. So you
I would
both
like
cast.
to supervise.
You both cast Speak with Animals. Great. Alright. Let's do this.
Oh, what's dude?
What does it want?
Just wondering if you knew what's happened here.
I was just drinking.
Did you see anyone?
I saw you.
That's nice.
Was
Sorry about this.
was you what? Why did you poke me?
I don't have an answer for that one. Sorry about that. But we're looking for people to help, and there is a camp back there. Did you? I'm sorry for the poking, but can you help?
What?
Can you? But there was a fire back there.
A fire?
Now there's no fire anymore.
No fire. That's good. We need to flee from fire.
I don't want to worry you with fire now. Oh God. Have you been? Do you live around here?
Yes. I live in this forest.
But like, how far away?
Everywhere.
kind of vague. Have you seen any humans or elves, people that look like us?
There was a small one some time ago.
How small we talking? And I just start like lowering my hand down, like to try and get like a height gauge. Tell me when to stop.
I'm going to turn back to the group and just say this is going surprisingly well.
I whisper
Stop
to
now!
Oh, that's not very big.
I
So it's probably like the size of a halfling.
could probably have swallowed it whole.
That's nice to know. It, are there anything we should worry about if we were to go this, like pointing upstream, like if we go this way, is it anything bad?
What is bad?
Like might want to eat us?
Ooh, yeah.
Like right up there?
Maybe. Many things try to eat. I have just eaten, so I am good. But the big flying snake might be hungry.
Flying snake? And I turn back to them. It's a flying snake.
so a dragon.
Are you is family? You know them?
No family.
Friend?
That depends.
Can I draw a picture of a dragon, like just a real quick picture of a dragon, and show it to the snake and ask if it looked like that?
With what on what?
I have my little notepad.
Your little notepad. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
Just like
would
a
you
really quick thing of a dragon, because it could be the dragon. It could be anything.
would you mind actually sending your sketch?
Oh gosh. Okay, I'll do one real fast. Oh no.
He's gonna show you something.
Oh god, that was.
I gotta do this
dude,
really
crack me
quick.
the fuck up. Holy shit, Yogi, what the heck?
What?
Oh, it was so good. I'll be so mad if someone doesn't clip that.
Dude. Oh no, I have just completely forgotten what dragons look like. I think I drew a Dratini.
What
Roll
is
with
it doing?
Just show him a picture of Dragonite.
It's gonna show you what we think it might be, and you can say yes or not yes.
What is?
The flying snake. Snake.
Oh, there are many flying snakes.
Hey,
Why do I get the feeling that the snake means the dragonflies?
You
Oh,
haven't heard that
no.
part yet. You just quiet down. You don't speak snake.
I'm talking as Rena here, not as Sarah.
I whisper to Finn, do I need to cast animal friendship on the snake?
He's he's cool. Don't worry about him. I'm sorry. Do you have a name?
Snake.
Wait, what?
I am Snake.
Your name is Snake?
I am a snake.
Yeah. I know you're.
Oh, that's a good sketch.
I had a complete mental breakdown of how to draw a dragon. Like, and
It's Trogdor, man.
it's
Don't worry.
That looks like a mole.
I'm gonna hear. I'll put
Flying snake has 4 legs.
For not bugs. They have more than that. Flying snakes have 4 legs. They aren't snakes. You don't have legs.
That's disrespectful.
I'm just pointing out the obvious that something with 4 legs is not a snake.
Not everyone is as privileged as you.
I only have 2 legs. They're okay. I like them all right. But are they like? Do they kind of look like this guy?
I once met a centipede that was nicer than you.
That's very hard. I'm trying my best. Did they look like this guy? And I just point to like Sobek. Like, did they kind of look like? Did they look like dangerous like him?
Not all of them are green.
Oh god. What colors would you say they are?
Some are green,
Uh-huh.
some are black,
Uh-huh.
some are sparkly, but some are not. Some are red, or sparkly red, or sparkly yellow.
I just
So,
start walking past the snake, to like continue down the creek.
sure. Just ignore
I'm
the
like,
snake.
no.
I think I'm gonna follow Sobek.
This snake's talking about green, black, sparkly, but some not, but some are red, but some are sparkly, and some are yellow things. Whoa, a minute! I knew I said something right there.
The sparkly ones are nice in general.
We like the sparklies.
I like the sparklies. Yous are different.
Oh. Why?
You don't come from here.
That's kinda xenophobic, man.
You started it with the legs.
But you don't have any legs.
That's
Been having a mental
exactly
breakdown.
what I mean. I don't like your attitude.
You better
Can
watch your tone, mister.
can Ocelot jump into please save Finn before he ends up?
the snakes.
Yeah, I was about to say before he gets us into a fight. I've seen this film before and I don't like the ending.
Can I just pat Finn and say good job, buddy. I think we learned that there are dragons here.
Fucking dragons. What?
Um. Hmm. I think I so.
See, there were dragons.
I look at the snake. I just say, I think those. Oh gosh, I gotta talk like the snake, don't I? I think those flying snakes are called dragons.
Yes.
Or
But
we call them dragons.
I like to imagine that they are flying snakes to feel closer to them.
You'll never be like them. You don't have any legs.
Finn.
God. Why did they just say it was dragons?
Forgive my
Finn.
friend Snake. He's a little shaken up. Thank you for your help.
This is why I just don't do this. I don't like talking to people.
Thank you for your
When
service.
should you meet the flying snake, you should tell your friend to be nicer.
I will.
can
Thank
hear
you.
you know.
Snake, do you know of any empty caves around here?
There are many caves, but none of them are empty. Even though some might seem to be.
Huh.
Well, damn.
Hmm.
I'm gonna walk away in a huff now. I don't like this snake anymore.
I mean, Sobek and Sarah went like a little bit further ahead upstream, I think.
Hmm.
Can I start swimming yet?
Oh no, it's a creek. I mean, you could lay down in the water and it would just pool around you, but it's not even close to deep enough to swim in.
Just like a full-ass adult in a kiddie pool. Just like.
He just wants to be a crocodile.
I mean, it has about as much water as a water slide, so.
I'm gonna. Good travels, Snake. Thank you for the chat.
I hope you Up your toe.
I'm gonna go talk. I'm gonna go talk.
We
I'm gonna go
don't
take care
have
of-
toes.
What's the point?
Well, see, Snake. That's an advantage of not having feet.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, that gives you a leg up on us.
Stupid 10-toed stubby.
Oh.
I'm just gonna kind of awkwardly just kind of like wave and walk back and go recollect
It
myself with Finn.
the snake watches you very closely.
What was that guy's problem?
Oh,
Okay,
man.
so at this point, you have Sarah and Sobek. You have arrived at the spring where the water comes out of the ground.
It's clear.
It's still clear.
How deep is it?
Well, it comes out of the ground, so at first it's just mud, and then you have tiny pools of water, and at some point they just become that little creek that floats above the ground.
I'd like to use my water skin and fill it up.
All right, you do that.
I have a frown because I just want to go swimming.
That could be a bit
Aw.
hard. I mean, you could try to dig out a pool that would at some point probably be filled with water, but that would take some time.
No, I think we should just stack up on water, really. Probably should have said that I wanted to bring like some additional water skins or something for more water.
Yeah, I was gonna say we get a water skin, right?
Yeah, it holds. If I'm not mistaken, it holds about 2 liters, I believe. So more or less a day's worth of water.
Mm.
Oh, I also have a pot.
A pot.
I can turn a frying pan into a drying pan.
Oh wait, I think I do too. Wait, what was it? Yeah, mess kit.
Okay. Well, let's just refill our water. Make sure we're all good.
Yeah, I think it's
I ask Finn, what way were the dragons supposed to be? With a bright smile and like, I really want to go explore.
I pointed it this way, and he said this way. And they're not snakes. I don't know. Over here, I knew I sensed something. Could be over there. How far have we been traveling, by the way?
Yeah, I'd say for about half an hour. You've been walking, and
How far?
you haven't hurried, so about a mile, maybe.
Very convenient.
so Sobek could try and sense again.
Does take a spell slot.
It's like Spidey sense
Ah.
triangulation.
I mean, we don't really plan on doing too much, right? Like we just want to explore the area. Maybe if we regroup to camp, we can take a short or long rest. So you guys get your spell slots back.
Mm.
I mean, he obviously doesn't have to do it, but
I mean, if I do it, we'll know if it was. No, we won't know anything.
no. Sylvik has to do it, otherwise the information wouldn't be valuable.
Okay, I use one of my spell slots for primeval awareness.
So you do it again?
Yeah.
All right.
So any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, and undead within a mile.
No.
Ooh, still
I
nothing.
tell Yogi, still nothing. I know you're the forest king, but I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I just you just feel these sorts of things.
I know
Well-
if we were in the swamp, we would be in my area of expertise.
I've never been to a swamp.
It's the best. Plenty of area for swimming.
Well, we got some information, so that's good. It means that we can probably go to the spring without running into too much trouble. And refill for our water needs. So that's great. We also got some berries, some ingredients. And yeah, I think this is a good first exploration. We can
should-
keep going if you want to.
Let me take a quick look at your passive perceptions.
Hold up. Out of character? Rena, didn't you just say you have like an hour left, like an hour ago?
Yeah.
All right, then we'll just do a cliffhanger. That's fine. As Orsolon and Finn suddenly hear a behind you.
Oh.
And yep, and when you turn around to investigate, you realize that this jungle, this island, might, even after everything that happened since you arrived, might even be weirder than you thought it was. As where a mere second ago, I can't talk. In a place where nothing was a mere second ago, now stands a spider that is so big that it goes, that just from its body alone, it goes up to your hips. And its legs seem to be in places glitching in and out of reality. And that's where we end tonight's session.
That's not a snake. Snakes don't have 8 legs.